Okay.
Cool.
Artificial wombs.
On the 2D show. Okay.
What's going on, internet? How are you doing? I'm Dan Howles.
Okay.
This is my good companion, Dan Loder.
Okay.
And here we are on the 2D Show.
Okay. What? Tell me everything.
Slode, I am about to tell you something. That I've listened to a podcast on this subject. And I've read 2 articles. And I don't still fully understand it, but I still need to fucking explain what is going on.
Okay.
Because it is both horrifying and awesome. About a year ago, 6 lambs were born really premature, right?
Yeah.
It was the equivalent to around 23 weeks in human pregnancy. So how do you think science helped these poor lambs?
Judging by the title.
By stuffing them into a fucking bag. I'm about to introduce you to an invention called the bio bag.
Sounds rad.
Quote, lambs born at the equivalent of 23 weeks in human pregnancy were kept alive and appeared to develop normally while floating inside the transparent, womb-like vessel for 4 weeks after birth. Doctors said the pioneering approach could radically improve outcomes for babies born so early that they cannot breathe, feed, fight infection without the need for medical help. So the idea is, sheep fetuses were born and they were fully developed, so they couldn't sort of feed off the mother and everything. So they basically invented a womb.
That's pretty rad.
Alan Flake, a fetal surgeon from the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, has been quoted saying, the proposed system could act as an urgently needed bridge between the mother's womb and the outside world for babies born between 23 to 28 weeks. Do you know how many weeks are in a woman's pregnancy?
40.
Yeah, 280 days or 40 weeks. So we are talking just past halfway.
Yeah.
Like, from sperm to baby, we're pretty much in the middle. So how does it work?
Oh, are you asking me?
Yeah, how do you think it works?
So I imagine the bag is full of fluid.
Yeah.
So do sheep have umbilical cords? I think they do.
So, the fetus is placed inside this biobag, medically sealed and kept in a dark, sterile and temperature-controlled environment specifically created to mimic a womb.
Oh.
The infant's own heart circulates blood through an umbilical cord to an external gas exchange, taking the place of the mother's placenta.
Oh, cool. So they actually simulate like...
Yeah, so this thing is still plugged into an umbilical cord. It basically looks like a vacuum pack bag, right? It's really fucking tight. It's horrifying. There's 2 cords. One is the big cord that goes to the umbilical cord. That's got an oxygenator next to it, right? Meds and fluids and shit go through the oxygenator, which has got the baby's blood in. It then fucking gives it what it needs and then pumps back through. So, you know, arteries, ventricles, all that fucking...
That's fucking clever.
Stuff.
That's really
There's
clever.
another cord going all the way through it, almost like a tap, and that's just pumping amniotic fluid in and taking it out.
That's really, really clever.
Yeah, except that it's fucking completely translucent. Scientists need to science, right? They need to see, like, what is going on in this fetus. So you basically got a fucking transparent window into a womb, which is weird as fuck.
It's really, really, really clever.
It is really clever.
Could change a lot.
Well, this is what they're getting to. Quote, the aim is to provide an environment in which tiny premature babies can safely develop their lungs and other organs during the critical period from 23 to 28 weeks after conception. This system is potentially, quote, potentially, far superior to what hospitals can currently do for a 23-year-old baby. This could establish a new standard of care. At the moment, 23 to 28 weeks, there's pretty much no chance, unfortunately.
It's kind of a...
Because it's just
a very slim chance.
It's so, like, just not ready. It's just not cooked yet, you know?
Yeah, you've got to be very, very lucky to survive that.
Yeah.
Being born in that period.
Back to the lambs, right? What happened to these lambs? What do you reckon, Flo? What do you reckon to these 6 lambs?
Did they make it? Please tell me they made it, though.
In the study published in Nature Communications, 6 premature lambs were placed in an artificial womb. The lambs appeared to develop normally, transforming from bold pink fetuses into fleecy white newborns.
Oh, so they made it.
One of these lambs is still alive today.
Oh, only one?
Remember when I said scientists got a science? They scienced the other 5 to make sure everything was developed. That's how they know the lungs developed. They killed the other 5 lambs.
Oh.
I know, it's the most bittersweet thing ever. They're like, right, we've finally done the impossible and helped these 6 fetuses finally externally helped create life.
So am
and
I
then
right?
we kill 5/6 of it.
So am I right in thinking the other 5 that they did, you know, like science
They
sacrifice,
scienced the fuck out of them.
would have otherwise been
Yes,
okay?
so if they hadn't have fucking like
Scienced
them, then yes, all these lambs would still be alive today. In theory.
Okay, I suppose
theory.
if you can see past the sciencing,
And they gotta walk up. You can't walk up beside us alive.
if you can see past that, like it is really really cool. It'd be interesting to see how far that goes.
What do you
Like for humans, because obviously sheep and humans are fairly different.
well, this is what they're saying. Tests on the animals revealed that their lung functions matched that of age-old controls and the oldest lamb, which is now more than a year old and appears completely normal.
Oh, cool.
So this one lamb, fucking rocking, Highlanded the other fucking 5. Only one can survive, and it's fucking rocking away.
Oh, that's amazing. That's a really cool story.
Moving on to humans, right?
Yes.
Scientists believe it can be ready for human trials in 3 to 5 years. But the catch is, Load, you cannot science 5 fetuses to see if they developed. In the UK alone, around 60,000 babies, 1 in 9, are born prematurely each year, needing specialist hospital care. The chances of surviving at 22 weeks is almost close to 0. Odds quickly improve for every extra day the baby stays in the womb. If there are complications, wait till the last possible moment, because up until this point, and technically still until this point, we have not been able to safely replicate a womb, right? Like,
yeah, you kind of still relying on, like, you still would treat them as you would a newborn. Like, you put them in a ventilator, so you kind of start treating them as a baby rather than like a fetus, which is right.
Yeah,
like, that's
it
what
is a
they are.
fetus.
Like, you should be trying to replicate a womb, which they have done, rather than trying to like treat them like a human that's really ill.
However, a major technical hurdle still to be crossed is downsizing the system to make it suitable for human infants, which are a third of the size of the lambs used in the studies. You're exactly right. We need to stop treating babies like tiny humans and be like, oh no shit, like
they are babies.
a half-cracked egg. Like, we need to fucking finish the job here. And I don't understand how the fuck this doesn't get used for nefarious purposes. Clones? Like, are you gonna walk into a room and just have bags of people? Because first off, right, if you can clone yourself, what does that mean for organs? But then, where do you stand on sciencing your own clone? Like, I see such a fucking dark future for this. Like, there was a whole thing about test tube babies, and now it's going to be bag on the wall babies. Could so easily go dystopian as fuck, or everyone's living forever. Like, there are no two ways about this.
There's another way of looking at that. Like, I mean, I know obviously the thought of many clones on many walls is terrifying, but there's childbirth for humans is actually very dangerous compared to other like mammals. Like, human pregnancies are a lot more dangerous for the baby and for the mother. Even though we are tech as fuck with all the stuff we have, like, it's still a very dangerous process. And like, there's lots of people who it is like on the edge, like, can have kids, but it's like really risky for them. So it opens up a lot of possibilities in that sense, I think, as kind of like a fertility treatment in a way.
I just don't see how you can regulate that shit.
It's the problem is, like, obviously they're obviously it's obviously aimed at this like 23 to 28 week period.
Yeah, that's what they're aiming for.
And I assume that's, like you said, because babies and all the bits attached to them grow like through the pregnancy.
That and I think they brought the lambs to term early. If they got a sheep pregnant, and then specifically for the reason of testing this at 23, or they found a fucking sheep that was having complications, and they were like, right, this is the equivalent of 23 weeks. At 23 weeks, a human has...
Whether those were babies in distress that would have had all the complications of that, or whether they were just healthy babies that they were just chopped down.
It's because it just says brought through by cesarean. I think there is a paragraph missing where it's like, how did we get to this situation where we need to deliver a litter of sheep?
A litter of sheep?
A flock of sheep.
But you don't call it a litter of dogs.
You do?
You don't.
Pick of the litter.
You call it a litter of puppies. But what are they when they're a group of dogs? A pack of dogs.
Pack of dogs. We don't give birth to a pack. Anyway, so a murder of sheep have just come out, right?
Of sheep.
And it's like, what do we do? Like, do we need to fix a problem, or we introduce a problem to try and extrapolate some information to help humans?
Yeah, is it like, oh, I wonder if we can do this?
Because one way is really nice, and one way is science as fuck, and that's what I'm saying.
Seeing as they killed off 5 of them, I'm more inclined to go.
Science as fuck.
Probably in the name of science, not in the name of sheep kind.
Remember we did the episode of the 2D movie?
Yes.
Right? And Ash Gunter, who was Patrick Stewart, the woman walks down into the basement and she's cloning these Patrick Stewarts. There's like 6 test tubes. They could just be fucking shrink wrap bags now with Patrick Stewart's in, right?
That would be terrifying and amazing.
How do you clone someone? Do you need active skin? Can it be a stem cell?
No, I have no idea if I'm going to be honest. Like the only time like Dolly the sheep, what did they do?
I know, right? Like how do they do it?
I know Dolly
Do you
the sheep.
get a petri dish, get some blood, fucking plant that seed, and then put some water on it, and you just grow a sheep?
It must be some sort of like stem cell based. I don't really know that.
Yeah, because stem cells are the cells that don't get programs, right?
I don't know.
So they can become anything.
Maybe we should look into this. Maybe
I know, right?
Maybe next week I'll tell you about clones.
Pretty sure stem cells. Most cells have pre-written sort of things, right? So your eye is always going to become an eyeball cell. Pretty sure stem cells can rewrite this shit. So it's like, oh, I'm going to be a liver cell.
Yeah, stem cells are... Your body basically makes them and then they go... It's like, oh, you know, I'm just going to... It's like, kind of like decides what it's going to turn into based on like what it's introduced to and stuff.
Yeah. It would be like your body is the cook and stem cells are flour. They could make bread or they can make a delicious pizza base. It's up to the cook to work out how to spread these ingredients around.
That is a
good analogy.
If not odd analogy.
Can you tell that I'm not a doctor?
Yeah.
Are we seeing clones and organs and brains in bags?
I don't know. I would like to think that it will be used medically first of all.
I think it will be, but I think everything we've created that can kill us, I think, has been used for good to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, it'll probably end up like as a power plant.
Do see a dark ass future because I see. Remember we talked about robots building robots?
Clones.
The robot facility that's just building more robots. I do see some bald guy with big thick glasses and a massive beard and a lab coat walking through this factory of just bags on bags on bags of
just basically cloning himself so that he can just keep expanding his cloning operations.
Doctors making doctors.
Robots
making robots.
He's gonna make clones of himself, who are then gonna make clones of clones of clones, making clones, and then those clones of clones of clones will be making clones, and it'll just keep going until the entire planet's surface is taken over with clone of clone of cloning factories, until it's just one man, but at the same time 6 million man.
I just see a world where clones, organs, bags, and 3D printing is just all fucking... It's just making people.
Merges into one.
Yeah, I can honestly see it.
People factories.
Doctors making doctors. So thanks for watching, guys. This has been the 2D Show. I'm Dan Howles. That's Dan Loder. And if you like this, remember you can get your stories on the show emailing us topics@2dshow.com or going to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/2D Show.
It could be.
It is.
Yes.
youtube.2dshow.com to go watch, like, share, subscribe all of our videos. Stay sexy, you son of a bitch. We will see you next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday!